Hey, I'm in this video, and I'm too. And today we're watching Bakugo versus L0ser. I'll lock in. I came in like literally right at the end, but whatever. I think I'm sick.
Well,
strange because I didn't have it yesterday. If you guys don't know, I was recording a video about spooky jump scare mansion, and then I took a little break.
Reze,
Was that like movie 800?
God of explosions versus the bomb devil. He's Wiz and I'm
We're cheering for Bakugo, by the way.
It's our job to analyze their weapons.
I don't know if I like Bakugo that much, but at the same time, I don't really like Reze.
Wiz, there's nothing like the smell of napalm in the morning.
I like Bakugo
the rush of the
enough.
shockwave, the flash of combustion.
He's kind of cool.
I love it when stuff goes boom.
Early Bakugo, I don't really like that, but
Bakugo.
When your name literally means powerful bomb, it's no wonder he was born with the quirk Explosion. It lets Bakugo create humongous kabooms from his palms. I could only dream of having hands that rad.
Quirks are genetic superpowers that most humans are born with. Bakugo inherited his quirk from his parents. Specifically,
Ugly baby.
It was a combination born with. Bakugo inherited.
why does his mom? I completely forgot his mom looked exactly like him, but damn, he was an ugly baby. You see this frame?
His quirk from his parents. Specifically, it was a
Dad's quirk is acid sweat. That acid like sweat he secretes from his palms can be ignited and detonated.
combination of his father's combustible acid sweat and his mother's
Is glycerin. She has I can't pronounce it right now. Preservative qualities to thank for her good skin. So young looking.
glycerin skin secretions.
Making Bakugo
So which means he's going to look young for a while. Okay.
sweat basically like nitroglycerin. And the more he sweats, yeah, the bigger the booms. His parents basically made the perfect kid, absolutely oozing with shonen main character energy.
Bakugo felt similarly, so much so that he started bullying his childhood friend who happened to be born without a quirk.
Yeah, okay, he's kind of a snot-nosed turd sometimes, but come on, Wiz, the kabooms! They're so cool.
Quirks are a natural biological feature
L0ser.
of a person's body.
Deku's
In
a
the
fraud,
same way
I guess.
that we don't really think about walking or breathing, Bakugo's explosions became like any other limb, especially with his rigorous training.
Bakugo quickly picked up on how to use his explosions to obliterate anything in sight, block attacks, launch himself around, and quickly maneuver in midair at hypersonic speeds, which requires a ton of focus and
By the way, I hate Todoroki.
And despite getting this
Not because
incredible
I hate him specifically. I hate his story. I actually really like it. It's just that a lot of the time he just, I don't know, a lot of the time he just acts like the quiet loner. Well, he doesn't act like that all the time, but at the same time, anytime he does act like that, it just gives me Sasuke flashbacks. And if you guys don't know, I hate Sasuke. Probably my biggest complaint about Naruto, just the name Sasuke.
dangerous quirk when he was 4, he somehow never killed himself or anyone else that we know of. Bakugo was truly a prodigy.
I actually really like the tail guy. He's probably one of my favorite characters he wears. No, you're the sugar guy. I haven't watched animation in a while. You're the sugar guy. You're the tape guy. You're the invisible girl that everybody freaked out on not too long ago. I liked her before that, but that's because, again, I like invisibility. But again, the fact that she has to go basically naked for her thing is pretty weird. You're the acid girl. You're the belly button guy. You the tail guy? Or see the tail? Okay, I can't remember their appearance now.
Destined for
Whatever.
greatness.
And his only goal was to surpass
Sludge villain?
Japan's numero uno superhero and his personal idol, All Might. In Bakugo's mind,
Well,
the
All Might's
only
everybody's
person
idol.
who wins no matter what.
Kinda like
Absolute
Superman.
Victory. No problem for the main character.
Or Goku.
Except Katsuki wasn't the protagonist that he thought he was. That would be Izuku Midoriya, the quirkless child Bakugo bullied. In truth, he was threatened by Izuku's tenacity.
Why are they based? He's not the protagonist of this story. That's a crazy thing to say in his analysis.
despite being quirkless.
Really? That crybaby's the main character? Well, Bakugo's inferiority complex would only get...
Bakugo's feeling guilty with my retirement doll. He went to examine the burn on his shoulders and his inferior activities just exploded there. Never noticed, so I ended up neglecting his mental state. It was a failure that led to the little fight. Okay.
Worse when Deku somehow landed a quirk that was just as cool, and both were accepted to the same superhero high school,
In the
UA
same
High.
class. Yeah.
There, he would learn to be a superhero.
Grenade bracelets, grenades, suppressive heavy mobile suit, unit, staff panzer. I don't really like Reze because of how she manipulated my guy Denji. I know that Denji is really freaked out all the time, but at the same time, Denji just can't stop getting manipulated. Speaking of Chainsaw Man, Chainsaw Man's ending was, it was just ass. No other way to talk about it. Garbage. Damn, it's windy out there.
And fully develop his ultimate move.
Lank flying through the sky faster than sound with turbo speed.
How many times can he
People with stun
spam
grenades,
those?
Focusing his blasts into armor-piercing shots, or making a big-ass tornado of death.
The howitzer impact involves Bakugo spinning himself in midair with his explosions, building up a tremendous amount of swirling oxygen, and then igniting it all for one hell of a boom.
He's pretty smart.
All for one? Say that again. You slipped up, mastered, and that's just like I thought. You're using that might miss Hydro body harm.
When it comes to strategizing mid-fight, he even developed new techniques for his quirk faster than Deku did.
UA High also aided Bakugo's development
he's
by
creative?
preparing him with his iconic Grenadier bracers, gauntlets that allow him to store up his sweat, gross, for
Ew.
prolonged bouts.
That's disgusting.
Or to release all of it at once in a single massive blast.
He's also got his hero suit, which helps him sweat faster in order to build up stronger attacks.
How do you think football was in the... Wait, no. I remember they said in the Olympic sports aren't really that famous in the MHA world anymore. Still, though, how do you think football would work or anything? I feel like his quirk would be pretty good for football if it wasn't like an illegal move.
Or the Strafe Panzer, these badass turrets mounted to his back that store his sweat as ammo. With all of that, it wasn't long before Bakugo made his hero debut, called the Bombshell Hero, Great Explosion Murder God, Dynamite. Hey, I dig it. The more colons, the merrier.
But despite some early wins, Bakugo failed to live up to his own sky-high expectations. He had the makings of a great hero, if
An
only
explosion
he could
murder
get
God.
out of his own way and put the team before his ego.
Especially when he was kidnapped by the League of Villains.
Never put your
Ultimately,
team before your ego, bro. Always put your ego at top. A great lesson taught to me by Vegeta. Always have your pride up there.
leading Bakugo to blame himself for All Might's retirement. Something needed to
Be
change.
like Vegeta.
So he vented his frustrations in a slugfest with Deku and realized something crucial. That the kind of absolute victory that defined All Might wasn't victory for himself, but victory for everyone.
He was starting to become the prodigy everyone knew he could be. I mean, hell, even while he was unconscious, he kept analyzing the fight he was in and coming up with counters. Somehow,
Bakugo's powerful enough to shatter Todoroki's heaven-piercing ice wall, fast enough to keep up with villains like Shigaraki, who can catch light beams, and tough enough to survive...
I also think this is just straight up a smash because if Chainsaw Man's can compare to JJK in powers last time I checked, then yeah, they're done. Because if you didn't see the last JJK versus MHA battle, let's just say my Go Mojito got crushed.
dead? Yep, you heard us. Bakugo was killed, dead as a doornail. And then a single bead of sweat floating through his bloodstream detonated and restarted his heart.
What the
If
hell?
that isn't main character plot armor, I don't know.
That is plot armor. Like what the hell? Well, Edshot was able to stitch Bakugo's injured organs back together, successfully Bakugo's miniature explosion that restarted his heart and revived him.
What is?
His stamina is perhaps the craziest thing about him. After all, he is tanking the recoil of all of his explosions.
Even with the overuse of his blasts, literally tearing his body apart, he kept trying to make him stronger, and eventually his quirk awakened.
Essentially, when a quirk evolves to become stronger. Now, by condensing his explosions into smaller and more powerful clusters, Bakugo could enhance all of his techniques.
Like the Howitzer Impact Cluster, a stunning.
Honestly, I still want to spin off on that one bottle guy, bruh. He's probably the best MHA character. The best.
Achievement in the field of explosionology.
Yeah, beat Shigaraki's
or
ass. He's such a
kaboom theory for the
fraud.
layman.
Powerful enough to shatter
I
the
hate
side
him.
of
He
a
killed me.
mountain or blow apart UA itself. Judging by the school's size, we can estimate Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster yielded over 300 kilotons of TNT.
Given Bakugo's whole deal is explosions, it makes sense to science out what a ton of TNT actually is. It's literally the energy contained in 1,000 kilograms.
TNT is an equivalent of, is a unit of energy defined by the, I already know what TNT is, but I'll say it anyway. Approximate release of energy in a metric ton of TNT, 4.184 gigajoules. Ergo, 1 gram of TNT exploding is the equivalent of 4.183 kilojoules. I just read that. This is utilized to compare destructive capacity events to each other. This is an imperative when analyzing the energy scale of fictional universes. It's a form of metric to compare multiple disconnected literary pieces. I'm pretty sure that last part is not usually part of the definition, but eh.
Of trinitrotoluene,
A chemical compound composed of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon.
Is this supposed to be like a sort of gag? The fact that Boomstick's usually stupid in most of these death battles, but as soon as it comes to explosions and weaponry, he's just some sort of mad genius.
That's the recipe for kabooms.
Then TNT is a unit of measurement often used in the real world to describe the energy contained in high yield explosives like nuclear bombs. It can be useful to measure. Yeah, I need that.
Imagine a pile of TNT as big as the Empire State Building blowing up all at once. That's Bakugo's Howitzer Impact Cluster.
I could
And
take
these
that.
explosions can launch him so fast, it's like time stands still
And you can't-
around him.
Like
You
we
can't
covered
improve
a
that.
huge part of this city in a fraction of a second, almost 400 times the speed of sound.
That's not all. Now he can detonate his sweat remotely and from all over his body, not just his palms.
With all of this crazy bullshit, Bakugo became one of the strongest heroes on
Defeated
Earth.
Deku, Kirishima, Todoroki, Serpent, the Twins, all for one. Helped defeat 9. From Sonic? I know. Yes, I know who 9 is, you don't have to explain. While sharing one for all. Displaced the air... Yes, I'm all caught up on on MHA. Displaced the airborne UA high, moved 300,000 miles per hour, destroyed Uraka's meteor shower. That was pretty early on. Outsped Tokiyami's Dark Shadow, vaporized Wolfram's giant metal cubes, and blew him inside. I feel like you didn't have to mention the Uraka thing.
Enough to battle and defeat All Might's lifelong arch
I wonder if they're
nemesis,
gonna make
all
a
for
reference
one.
to-
Yeah, that's right.
to,
the main villain.
Baku Deku.
Who's the protagonist now, Deku?
Bakugo literally and figuratively surpassed his childhood idol and proved his mettle as a hero.
Number 5 on the rankings and rising. Not bad.
That is insane. He finally surpassed his idol and proved himself as a hero, and he was number 5. I still find it funny that fact that even if he did get that Iron Man suit at the end, Deku still had to work off the teacher salary for a bit, and he only got to number 4 hero, which is still really good. But damn, I thought the story was leading up to him being the best hero, the number 1.
Got John?
But more important than proving it to his friends, to All Might, or even to Deku, he proved it to himself.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Take
that's
that,
what's important.
Losers! Sickest quirk in the world over here! Dynamite! 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 Wiz, What happened to you?
I'm just sick right now, so I can't really do the
I'm
dynamite,
I'm over here,
dynamite,
Boomstick. That's the new
dynamite.
death metal plushie from U2's, and it's available to order right.
Oh, like the one they made of me a year ago.
Actually, funnily enough, I think I got one of the boomstick ones,
No, mine's
but I
way
think I got it from a
cuter. Look
friend.
at it, and you can get one by clicking the link.
Ah, they forgot to color one of your arms.
Boomstick, I have a metal arm. I always have. Oh, and if you order it, there's a chance you might get a special version with a gold arm.
That's actually kind of awesome.
You definitely want one.
Oh, fine. Yeah, I do, okay? Shut up about it.
Didn't
Click the link below to order
I
one for
forgot his name,
yourself. It's only
say that
available
he
for
doesn't
a
know which
limited
one he
time, and
prefers?
After that, it will never be available again. So don't miss out.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be available again, probably just in not
Death,
good places, and it'll probably be
famine,
just a
conquest.
knockoff.
Humanity
So yeah,
has been
it'll
plagued by
likely
all
never
manner
be
of
the
ills since they
truly
first
available again.
crawled out of the primordial ooze. In the world of Chainsaw Man, there is nothing to fear but fear itself.
Because fear itself
Yeah,
is
fear
real,
takes
and they're
takes
not
up the form of demons.
devils.
The devils, yeah.
Literally
devils.
devils from hell. These monstrous beings are the living embodiments of humanity's worst nightmares, and their power
Remember when they erased Nazis?
is directly proportional to that fear.
So the chicken devil might be so weak
I'm excited to befriend you all. My name's Bucky. Bucky Barnes? A mannequin?
you could keep him as a class pet, like, you know, a chicken. But what about the bat devil, or the ghost devil, or the devil embodying man's fears of one of the greatest weapons in
I think the chicken devil would actually be stronger than people give it credit for. I've been surprising people who were actually scared of chickens. Like, at first I thought it was just like a cartoon thing, but no, I've actually met people scared of chickens.
ever created, the bomb devil.
Little is known about the origins of the Bomb Devil's current host, Reze, if that even is her real name.
She might look cute and kawaii, but she's
Speaking of, the violence devil should have been way stronger than what he was. Even if he was like more like the gang violence devil, he should have still been way stronger.
actually a Soviet assassin trained
Bilingual Russian and Japanese, age, country of origin, Soviet Union. Super soldier, like an evil Captain America, but not an evil Captain America due to personality differences. At one point, the author's favorite character, likes coffee, flowers, Denji, sort of, around 5'5". I completely forgot that I'm taller than most anime characters. Like, I am unironically taller than Goku, which is really weird to me. Country of origin, Soviet Union, yeah, Bomb Devil
to be
hybrid.
one of the deadliest killers on the planet. Basically a Black Widow. A cold and
I always think
lonely
of dead-
existence for
of,
anyone, but
Goku was, like,
quadruply so in a
6'5" for
world
some
as
reason.
effed up as this.
But all Reze wanted was a safe, normal, quiet life. As much a fable to her as Aesop's country mouse.
The country,
Quiet life. As much a fable to her as Aesop's.
but I'm not really caught up with Chainsaw Man. But you're like, oh wow, didn't you read the ending? I mean, yeah, but at the same time, yeah, I read the ending, but again, I got spoiled on it. I got incredibly spoiled on it. I was like, what? There's no way they actually made the ending this. And I looked at it, and yeah, that was the ending. They basically retconned the entire story. They pull a Sonic 06 on us. Country Mouse gets to live in safety, but doesn't get to eat delicious food like they have in the city.
Country mouse.
Too bad. You are now a walking, talking explosive. Have fun.
At some point, the girl known as Reze was implanted with a fragment of the Bomb Devil and became a hybrid. A human possessing a devil's powers without sacrificing their humanity, transforming their body into a living weapon.
As a hybrid, Reze's strength and speed are way crazier than a normal human's. And with her martial arts training, she's a force to be reckoned with up close. Also, Wiz, check out the bomb for a head.
Someone like
Yeah,
Reze
that
would
was
eat you
pretty cool.
alive, literally. Should devils like Reze take any damage whatsoever, they can heal by consuming blood.
And that lets hybrids survive some pretty insane stuff, like having their limbs torn off, getting bisected clean in half, or being roasted alive. Just slurp some blood and they're good as new.
Especially useful considering the Bomb Devil's primary ability is literally blowing herself
disgusting
up. Reze can emit
Chainsaw Man
explosions
was.
from any surface of her body, even
Haven't read
tearing
it
off
in a
limbs
while.
and turning them into bombs that she can detonate at will.
Damn, that's hardcore. She can use these blasts to jet through the sky at hypersonic speeds, maneuver and redirect herself in midair, and enhance the strength and speed.
Oh my god, bruh. I forgot his name, but I really liked the shark guy, the shark devil.
Of her blows.
The shark, what's it called? They're like hybrids. They're fiend.
Can send sparks that can ignite the atmosphere in explosions that tear apart entire cities, making herself stronger the more fear her wanton destruction creates.
As long as the area around her is dry
Damn,
enough
poor
to
guy, he got stepped on.
maintain ignition, Reze can create as
I
many
know some freaky would want that, bro.
explosions as she
Oh,
wants,
step on me.
non-stop.
Man, I hate some kinks, bro. 'Cause I guess there's technically nothing wrong with it, but there are some kinks that genuinely just should not exist. Like getting cucked, bro. I can never understand the desire for that, or the appeal of that. Marie's fear of her not only enhances her explosive power, but her physical power as well. She is able to shrug off an attack from the violence fiend, who specializes in physical strength. He should have been way
She can even
stronger.
turn her own body into different types of real-world bombs to massively enhance their power.
I feel like a lot of people are
Transforming her
scared of
leg into
violence,
a
especially since of how obscure that title is.
Torpedo, or her apron into dynamite. Every
Her
single
powers are really cool, though. If you're giving it which is cooler, I'd give it to her. Which character's cooler? I'll let you decide that. But who's just stronger? I'm saying Bakugo. Who am I cheering for? Still Bakugo.
inch of
She's a manipulator.
It's made her feared across the devil world as one of their mightiest warriors, and the perfect choice to assassinate Japan's newly acquired devil hybrid, Chainsaw Man.
You see, you might not think chainsaws are all that scary. At least
They are. I've been scared of chainsaws for a while. Especially after the first time I heard of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
not compared to bombs, but the chainsaw devil is special.
And
Yeah, for some reason. Like, I get it that Bushido was the devil, but the fact that it was a chainsaw is still weird.
the devil the Chainsaw Devil consumes becomes deleted from reality, retroactively erased from humanity's
AIDS.
collective
All these once existed and were feared. Those devils still exist, though. The concept still existed. So, for example, if Denji were to eat let's say, would be like a really the peanut butter devil, that means that everybody would forget the name peanut butter. For example, everybody would forget that peanut butter really existed and such. Well, that doesn't mean peanut butter doesn't exist. That'll never mean that peanut butter just never existed at all. Nazis still existed. World War II still existed. AIDS still existed, I guess.
consciousness.
And here I thought chainsaws were for boring stuff like trees or Texas massacres. Silly me.
This ability makes the Chainsaw Devil the most important being alive and invaluable for any global power to control.
That's so weird that's fucking chainsaws. Chainsaw Man's awesome. Especially if we could call it, talking about the Chainsaw Devil itself. Chainsaw Man's awesome. His design's so sick. So is most of the designs within the series. But it's still weird that's chainsaws.
Except instead of meeting the fierce
Karate. No, it's not Karate Man. It was Katana Man.
some chainsaw of legend, Reze Man
You think there was a Karate Man? Like a Karate Devil?
Denji, a dumb horny teenage boy just looking for anyone to love.
And for once, Reze actually hesitated. Rather than immediately kill her target, she got to know him and found they weren't so different. Both were used as tools of the state, as weapons of war rather than people. A kindred spirit in a hostile world, Denji wanted to drink up as much of the excitement of life as he could. The town mouse to
The Tambo gets
her country mouse.
And thankfully, he was super easy for a pretty face to manipulate.
It wouldn't be the only time.
Reze's nothing if not professional, and she gave Denji one
If a girl ever bites my tongue off, I'm genuinely beating her ass. I don't care.
parting
She's
gift
going to get hunted
to
down.
teach him the way devils did battle
If
before
anybody bites my tongue off, I'm going to hunt them
he
down.
died.
As the embodiment of one of the deadliest weapons known to man, Reze's power is off the charts, capable of creating an explosion more than 400
Damn.
meters in diameter. That's over 4 football fields long.
To have a
Mm.
blast that size, you'd need to be exploding with over 2 kilotons of TNT.
Isn't that like half of what Bakugo can do? Yeah, this is a smash.
More than comparable to nuclear weapons, which is really impressive considering Reze is not the devil of nuclear bombs. That's apparently an entirely separate thing.
Wouldn't nuclear weapons and nuclear bombs fall under the bomb category? Whatever.
Spider bombs being technically conventional, they're just that strong.
Likely comparable to
Does that mean she can just spawn in a dynamite? She can just spawn in a dynamite and throw it at you? That'd be pretty cool.
other powerful devils like the gun devil.
Probably one of my favorite devils. Top 3 for sure.
Who could travel across
And he sure ain't 2 or 3.
the world and kill millions of people in 5 minutes.
That'd be over 500 times the speed of sound.
She's even stronger than the Typhoon Devil, a sentient city-spanning storm.
The literal coughing baby to her hydrogen bomb.
Unfortunately for
Fought evenly with the Chainsaw Man. Explosion eclipsed most of Tokyo. Killed a devil hunter barehanded, can fight well headless. Survived losing various limbs. Blitzed Denji multiple times. Feared by the Typhoon Devil, Fox Devil, and Violence Fiend. Anyways, defeated Nomo, Kato, Beam, and much of the Devil Hunter Special Division 2. Beam. I miss Beam.
Reze, Denji took her lessons to heart
Maybe that's the only good thing about the retcon, that Beam is still alive now.
and proved he was more than a fitting host for the Chainsaw Devil.
He whooped her ass, but spared her life, just in case her seduction wasn't a total act after all.
Still find that stupid. I would have killed her.
But it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. She tried to get over there. She was trying to meet him, but Makima stopped it. I hate Makima, but at the same time, I don't really like Reze
Whether Reze
either.
chose the safe life of the country mouse or the exciting life of the town mouse, there are hungry cats everywhere.
Oh, Makima, what I would give to find someone to kill you.
Reze's dreams of freedom
Don't worry, Gojo already did that. Ew.
were never realized. She simply changed hands from one cold,
I think she'd be bored on a date with a man, right, Miss Makima?
unfeeling entity to another. And this time, there was no escape. She was a weapon, a symbol of man's bottomless capacity for malice and self-destruction.
A living bomb.
Mm-hmm.
The battle's about to start, and I hope you've got something good to...
This battle is actually really easy to format. Unlike the Death Battle cast with like Kane versus L0ser, which is kind of hard to figure out where it would be and how the fight would start. This one's pretty easy. First of all, it's just in like a city, for example Tokyo. You can just place it there, and simple. Reze's hunting a target, and Bakugo's trying to stop her destruction because he's a hero, seeing her as a villain, which he would be right.
hear these kabooms with, like our sponsor, Raycon.
Damn, I'd be
That's
seeing
right,
Raycon
I've been using
everywhere. Kind of like with gamer subs. I'm never ever going to drink gamer subs. That actually sounds like some Discord mod stuff. It looks like that too.
Running air
And balanced with
Raycon's got a...
moms in your life. Essential Open Earbuds.
Thanks for...
iRaycon.com/deathbattleopen to get 15% off the Essential Open Earbuds. All right, the combatants are
Never
set.
ever
We've
will
run the
anybody be
data through
catching
all
me drinking my gamer
Get
subs.
bad for a death battle!
Raycon, sure. Blade Shadow Legends, you're not going to see me playing that, but I'll accept the sponsor. Okay, I liked that intro part. Okay, I'm assuming Bakugo's fighting a villain.
collect your head, Dynamite.
Oh, okay, that's also a really fine one, and it makes it much. That makes much more sense to why she's continuing on the fight, rather than just moving on to her target, whatever. Okay.
Better villains than you have tried, lady. You tell your bosses that after I send you back in a coffin.
Not wrong.
How would I tell them that if I was already dead? Wow, you're quick.
Shut up and die!
Oh, come on, Bakugo. You know, I'm gonna analyze. Okay. Okay, he got that. No sweat.
Wow, you're quick.
Shut up and die!
I still really like the fact that her head resembles a bomb also. Okay. Launched himself. Hey. Damn, those look really cool, but okay. She's gonna continue to fight. What a weird ass gun, bruh. Look. Goofy ass gun, bruh. I can't see her head in the background.
Damn!
Okay. Damn, you're getting pieced up. Okay, I guess this makes sense. She's literally trained by the Soviet Union. Explode her off of you. Use your explosion thing. Explode. Launch your thing. Yeah. Oh, just covered in water. That's pretty cool.
They're losing, people!
Save me, Dynamite!
Let go of me!
Save me, Dynamite!
Okay, that was a pretty smart move on her part.
They're losing, people!
Save me, Dynamite!
Let go of me!
You think that would kill a regular person because he's just so much sugar, and that was just actually just a regular lady, and they just like explode on impact? Obviously that wouldn't happen, but it's just pretty funny to think about due to how strong these guys are.
Boom.
I mean, what happens to that? What is this one for all background? Plus ultra. 1,000,000% plus ultra. Damn. Oh, what'd they do? I mean, I guess she needs blood to heal, but at the same time, damn.
Leave them out of this!
Yeah, I like that about Go. She's killing innocents for no reason. Like, what'd we do? Damn. Oh, damn. She's just stacking them on top of each other. Wait, can't he strategize even when unconscious? Which makes no sense. But
Dynamite, your blood was delicious.
damn, he restarted his heart. Okay.
You bit off a bit more than you could chew! My blood isn't the only thing you drank! It's my sweat you should worry about, dumb!
She drank his sweat? That's kind of weird too, but he sounds like an absolute madman. But if that's what it takes to take her down, then go, King. King Explosion Murder. Say that again? Okay, I'm gonna stop.
I'm aiming for absolute victory!
That joke was ass. Damn. Okay, please end this battle with like a one big giant explosion. That'd be really cool. Isn't she gonna use her head as an oh wait, no, she already did that. I'm gonna say they didn't make reference to that. Actually, technically, she isn't dead. She'll be reborn in hell.
Scratch that. Not enough for a coffin.
KO!
Everyone saw this coming, bro. Everyone. And now the frauds can just stop with the Reze beats Bakugo, Reze beats Bakugo.
Oh, Denji, we're so sorry to hear about your girlfriend that passed away. She gets 5 big boobs. Boom! Boom!
Please just shut up. On the surface, these two seemed evenly matched.
Okay.
So
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
break this fight down
Let's be realistic. No, they didn't. It seemed evenly matched.
into 3 categories: their speed, their stamina, and their firepower.
First up, let's talk speed.
Bakugo.
Both Bakugo and Reze could rocket through the sky at hypersonic speeds and maneuver and redirect themselves on a dime in the middle of fights. To the casual observer, at least, they seem to be on par with each other.
So we have to look at the people they've fought to compare.
Reze has battled Chainsaw Man, who could match and defeat someone using the Gun Devil's power.
The same gun devil that could literally fly around the world, killing millions of people at over 500 times the speed of sound.
Okay.
Impressive, but compare that to Bakugo
Yeah,
fighting
as I said.
Shigaraki, who could react fast enough to catch light beams with his bare hands.
That's over 1,000 times faster.
As I said, it's not
And that
close.
was before Bakugo's quirk awakening that made him even faster than that.
With reaction speed of that caliber, there's little chance Reze could ever get the drop on Bakugo, and would likely be
He's
forced
literally
to play catch-up in a duel.
he's literally thousands of times faster than her.
Speed goes to Bakugo.
However, speed doesn't matter if one couldn't truly hurt the other. A big part of this fight is their stamina.
Oh,
Bakugo's
stamina? I don't really know who stamina goes to, but I can confirm that speed, strength, and firepower go to Bakugo.
He is mind-boggling. He
Hers was like half of his.
survived being impaled through the torso and has even brought himself back to life.
But, unlike Reze, his stamina does eventually hit
Yeah,
limit.
and she can just drink blood.
Every explosion he makes
Including
throws
his.
him down just a little bit more and uses up more and more of his sweat. Without a break, he can eventually run out.
Whereas Reze can effectively create bombs without respite and from a distance.
Unlike Bakugo, who usually
Yeah.
likes to get up close and personal.
Furthermore, her devil hybrid physiology gives her an actual regenerative healing factor.
But here's the thing. Bakugo would be able to get closer because he's just so much faster than her that she wouldn't be able to see him, bruh. She wouldn't be able to comprehend him, so he'd just be able to get really close and spam her.
Allowing her to shrug off the same kind of mortal blows that would eventually kill Bakugo, main character plot armor or not.
If this ever became a war of attrition, Reze had it in the bag. Stamina goes to...
But this wasn't a war of attrition. Again, I doubt that usually explosions are war of attrition unless you casually take explosions. So yeah, I'm not questioning this part.
Reze.
However, it's unlikely it would ever get to that point. The
Yeah.
biggest factor in
Because it's literally a battle of, oh, whose explosion is stronger? Who can make a bigger boom?
this fight was
It's
always
Bakugo
going
by
to be
far.
the raw firepower.
Explosions! First, we gotta compare their 2 biggest blasts. Reze's nuclear light bomb against Denji versus Bakugo's howitzer impact cluster.
And the difference is obvious.
Yeah.
Based on calculating their sizes, Bakugo's 300 kiloton explosion was over 100
Oh, I
times
completely forgot about the 300 stuff. I was comparing the other thing. But nope. That is just
more powerful than Reze's 2 kiloton blast.
But that's not all.
hundreds
Remember
of
the
times more
Typhoon
powerful.
Devil?
Puffing baby or not, to create a storm big enough to cover Tokyo's over 2,000 square kilometers, he'd have to be generating more than 400 kilotons of TNT.
Greater
Okay.
than Bakugo, right? But that's not all. Again,
Yeah.
Bakugo's howitzer impact once shattered the size of this big-ass mountain. And despite being earlier on in the series, it was ginormous. Almost 3 kilometers in radius.
Oh,
Or just over 2 megatons of TNT. 5 times more powerful than the Typhoon Devil, and way beyond anything we've seen Reze do.
And this was Bakugo before reaching his full power in his fight against All for One. Bakugo takes the final edge in explosions.
didn't you say firepower before? I know it's
And
the
remember,
same thing.
Bakugo withstands the recoil of all
Is that what
his
Kachan's been
blasts.
going
So
to?
even though
Wait, no,
Reze had greater
I can do it.
And
My shoulder. Wait. You like burns. My shoulder.
remember, Bakugo withstands the recoil.
This is what Kachan's been going through. Plus Ultra. I can't do it. I can't do
Of all
Deku
his
voice.
blasts. So even though Reze had greater stamina, Bakugo was more than tough enough to hang on and get his kill shot, especially with his superior speed.
And devil healing factors can be overtaxed with enough damage. Hell, she needed to drink blood a couple times
I'll
against
take you
Genji
down,
just to
All
keep
For One.
fighting.
Against someone as fast and powerful as Bakugo, she would not get the chance to heal consistently or...
Finally, I'm getting a win. Both of the times I cheered for somebody before... Well, actually, I cheered for Wile E. Coyote, but... Yeah, I guess that counts as a win. But yeah, Mahito lost, and my Goat Cell lost. And Miles lost too. Damn. Speaking of, I didn't know, but there's... Damn, in these new Death Battle episodes, there's been 3 thus far. And also, like, 2 Dragon Ball ones, huh? Never actually thought about that. Cool.
At all.
And what happens when devils die? They Bakugo to hell.
Yeah, and then they come back
winner
eventually,
is
but
Katsuki Bakugo.
Bombshell, hero, great explosion, murder, god, dynamite. Next time on
Long ass name.
Death Battle.
Megamind versus Gru, I'm guessing. I saw Megamind's car. If you're wondering who I'm cheering for, I like the Minions. I like the first Despicable Me movie with Gru. The 4th one was okay, I guess. Again, each movie is more mid than the last. I actually like the first 2. The 3rd one was okay. The 4th one was even more in the mid category. But yeah. Now, Megamind, that was a great movie. The sequel was absolutely ass. More ass than all of the Despicable movies combined. But than all the terrible things in the Despicable movies combined. But hey, Megamind's still my goat. Yeah, we're cheering for Megamind here. And he does have some pretty crazy showings. But I still think that Gru's gonna win.
Subscribe and join us.
Okay, so next time I'm gonna cheer for Megamind but bet on Gru. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll do for Megamind.
And don't forget
That's
to
him.
order your very own Wiz Plush from YouTube's. Click that link below the like button.
This is pretty nice. Huh. Kinda miss when they did 2D. Anyways, yeah, this is the end. I won. Bye.